Hey folks, decided to take a break from case prep and talk about what finally came in this week. I've had it on order for a little while, and what it is, it's a Tavor X95 in flat dark earth, and it is in 300 Blackout. I do like to build my guns. I wanted a SBR type configuration, and I like to build a little more high-end gun. And after going through the SOCOM build, I kind of did the math and putting it together and the time involved with everything, I'm going to come out about the same, maybe a little bit more, but without the weight and a tax stamp involved in doing an SBR. This is a legal full-length rifle. It is 26, I believe, and 1/8 inches long before the muzzle brake. It does have a 16.5 inch barrel in it, and it is short. It is easy to wield. It is comfortable to shoot. With the upgrade, you don't have that long throw trigger. Let's get the camera down and look at a few of the features up close. Going over some of the features, we got a forearm cover that shows your side, your 9 o'clock Picatinny rail. You've got another one on the base. It shows your 6 o'clock Picatinny rail. These are just simple polymer covers with a spring in there, but you've got a pick rail, sling swivel, top, bottom, easy access. You can plug in anything you want. The older model had just a proprietary mount for a flashlight at the 6 o'clock position, and you had this funky bipod that attached to the trigger guard, or the hand guard. So that's a nice upgrade there. The magazine release is now in the M4 position or the AR position. So you release it, spring loaded, comes out, locks back in place. Safe fire, same position as an AR. The old magazine release was right here. In fact, you can see they didn't change their assembly any, but used to, you had to release your grip and bump it with your thumb to release the magazine, and they moved it up here. Also, the trigger's been improved. The throw isn't near as, the pull isn't near as long as it used to be. Click, and that's all, that's all she wrote right there. It is reversible. You can change it to a left-hand fire, left-hand eject. You have to disassemble the gun to do that, and this becomes your ejection port. Right now, this is a gas seal. Let's release. On top, it is gas piston. So on top, you've got a gas adjustment right here for suppressed and unsuppressed. There's a detent down in there. You can just push it with the bullet tip and spin that around to supersonic versus subsonic and suppressed. You've got pop-up emergency sights that are fully adjustable. Excuse the camera work, I'm working one-handed here. So you don't have to buy aftermarket sights. They do hide down into your Picatinny rail, so you're in good shape there. Now, turning it over here, your magazine goes in the bullpup position. Okay. It also has a bolt lock back. Let me do this here one-handed. Pull back, and you will notice the button behind pops out, and that is your bolt lock back indicator. So to release the bolt, push here, or you gotta do is butt it with your hand, and it locks back in place. That simple. Other than that, ergonomically, it to me, as far as shooting your shooting hand goes, it's a lot like an AR to me. They did that to make it more universal, probably also to make it more appealing to the AR community. All right, let me get this camera mounted and we will talk about disassembly. All right, disassembling the gun. Let's get our rail covers back in place. Disassembling the gun is real easy. You've got your breakdown pins, similar to an AR upper. It's got little detents in it for to use a bullet. I'm going to just use a little brush here. Pop it in place. The pin locks in. The buttstock opens up, and what they call the recoil mechanism is all right here. This is your gas piston. Your bolt carrier group is here, and your recoil spring. All right, the bolt itself has twin ejectors in there, so ejection usually isn't a problem. So I guess they did that going with suppressed. It helps you get those shells out there, casings out there a lot easier. I'm not going to break it down today, but your trigger, they call it the sear mechanism. It's not a trigger group like you have in an AR. Look at there, I bent my brush. Two pins here. Your bolt release flips up, and just simply with gravity, your sear mechanism comes out. The housing is, I believe, graphite or some type of polymer. Your hammer is steel, and you've got two springs there. Now they tell you, do not, whatever you do, release your hammer while it's out. You can damage the housing. So maintenance on the gun is real easy. Comes with a field kit, breakdown cleaning rods, also with push throughs and handles and patch. Comes with this big brush to clean out the inside of your chamber area here. But you do have full access down the barrel. I don't know if you can see from the back, so you don't have to take the barrel off. It comes with an adjustment key for adjust your sights, or your pop-up sights, also for the gas adjustment. Comes with a little bit of oil. Comes with a chamber brush, some sling swivels, barrel brush, and then just a general cleaning brush. All right, and that's it. So after cleaning the gun, oiling is very basic, very simple. Yeah, child-proof oil container. I thought that's kind of humorous. So one drop right here in this channel, one drop in this channel, one drop on your bolt, and that is it. So the bolt is on a spring, so it's always in the proper position, putting the gun back together. Put one drop of oil on your hammer spring either side. Pop off a little bit of that excess. Drop it back into position. Put your pins in. Open your buttstock. Push your recoil mechanism back in place. Hold it closed. Push your pin in, and you are done. And that's all there is to build stripping this little baby. Now, it is short. It is 26 1/8 inch long, so it's just under the legal requirements for being 26 inches long. Get all this back in. Keep it all together so I don't have to chase it down later. Velcro, waterproof. Let's see. Get our oil in there. Compare this sucker to an AR. Here's my 458 SOCOM. It is basically an M4 chassis, 16.5 inch barrel, muzzle brake on there, so you can see the length difference at this point is a good 10 inches shorter. So you take the muzzle brake off, put a 8.5 inch suppressor on there, and you're still shorter than an unsuppressed M4 in a carbine length barrel, 16.5 inch barrel. So you'd have to go to an SBR. Even as an SBR, you're paying your stamps and everything else, you lose your accuracy. With a 5.5 inch, 6 inch barrel, then you get the same length. So it's a you want a short gun, it's a great way to go. Weight wise, it's about the same as say an AR-15 in a carbine configuration, maybe a tad heavier, but loaded, you're going to be about the same. Takes PMags. You can go with 10, 25. This is a 30 round magazine. Comes with a 30 round magazine, generation 3 with the window. But see, it ejects the magazine well. Magazine in place, locks back. Once again, note your bolt locking mechanism. So when you're firing, you eject, come back in, bump it with your thumb. There's no finding of release with your other hand here. So as you come in, it locks in place, and it will not release the bolt unless the magazine is locked in place. So that's a nice feature there as well. Well, folks, that's about it. I'm happy. She's sexy. She's short and sexy, easy to wield. Some modifications I am going to make. I am going to get the rounded buttstock. You have to get one that is rounded off to keep your overall length legal. If you put a shorter buttstock, you've only got 1/8 of an inch to play with, so don't go there. Got a suppressor and gel currently. I still got months on that, so it'll be next spring sometime before we have a video on that, but I am still developing subsonics to go with this. So folks, you'll see some shooting videos down the road, but I'm happy with her. I have gotten out and I put about 3 magazines worth through it, and I'm happy. It shoots great. Remember, beer and bullets don't meet. Beer and bullets, I'll spit it out here in just a second. Beer and bullets don't mix. Stay safe and enjoy yourselves.